Hey guys, this is Brenda from Bennyland Photography. I'm just going to do a quick tutorial. It's actually my very first tutorial that I'm making. I've had quite a few people ask me how I achieve the matte look on a lot of my images that I've been doing lately. And there's actually a few different ways to go about that, so I'm going to show you 3 of them actually in this tutorial. I'm going to be doing on this image of my favorite little model here. This is my boyfriend's son, Makai. He was pretending to be a ninja this night, so he's pretty funny. This image I think will work really well with the matte, so that's why I chose it. Okay, so let's do it. First, you want to duplicate your layer, which you can do by hitting Control-J or Command-J on a Mac, as many of you probably have. Okay, so once you duplicate your layer, get all your other editing done, and you go up here to your adjustment layers, and we're going to do curves first. This is actually probably the most popular way to do it, and I think it gives the best effect, but the other ways are pretty good too. So what you want to do is first pin down your highlights, midtones, and shadows. And then down here in the shadows corner, you just want to pull this up and pull it up until you think it looks good. I think this one looks good right here. You can go more. You definitely don't want to overdo it. I don't think it looks horrible here, but I think it's better right around here. So there's before, clean, simple edit, and after with a bit of matte. And you can also adjust your opacity over here, you know, if you want a little bit less. So like I said, this is my favorite way to do it. I think it works really, really well. But let's try using the exposure adjustment layer. That's right here with the plus and minus. Now with this one, it's not only going to add the matte effect, but it actually brightens your image a little bit as well. Kind of a haze, I guess, over the image. So what you want to do is take the offset slider, the one in the middle here, and slide that just a little bit to the right. Again, just like with your curves adjustment layer, you don't want to go too far and overdo it, or it can look crazy. So I think this one looks good right about here, where we can see the before and the after. Before and after. And again, we can bring down the opacity some. I think that actually looks good right there. So let's see the difference actually between the exposure and the curves. So there's the exposure adjustment layer. Turn that off and add the curves. I think the one with the curves has just a little bit more depth and a little less of the white. What do you think? Leave a comment in the bottom and let me know which one you think looks the best. Okay, so now we're going to do another one. We're going to go down here to the circle, and we're going to add a solid color fill. I think the colors that usually work best with this tend to be either like a navy blue or brown, but you certainly can do any color, and I'll show you more than one. So just pick a color that you think would look good. This is a nice navy. And then you want to go to your blending modes here and choose screen. Now that's going to add a little bit of tone from the color that you chose and give you that nice matte effect that you want. Again, you can adjust your opacity. I think it looks good about here. And we'll see before, after, before and after. Now let's see the difference between this one and the exposure, and then that one and the curves. Again, I still prefer the curves, but if you want to add a little tonality to your image, then you can go ahead and use this one. I'm going to choose a different color. I think actually brown would work better with this image. So let's try brown. And again, change the blending mode to screen. I actually really like that. Reduce the opacity a little bit. I think this looks a little bit closer to what you get with the curves. Before and after. and then the curves, and that's with the brown. Now don't be scared to use other colors. I'm going to show you here. I actually created my own actions, and one of them is like a plum color. I'll use that purple there. And again, change it to screen. And we'll reduce the opacity. We don't want it too purple. Doesn't work for every image. I think the purple would work better with maybe an image that already has a lot of color in it. Probably not the best color for this one, but it's not horrible. There's before and after. Before and after. I still, for this particular image, prefer the curves. But again, please give these a try. Leave a comment down at the bottom of this blog post and let me know what you think, which way you like better, and also let me know if there's another way that you know to get the matte effect that I didn't share here. I'd love to know. I like to try different ways. Each way is going to give you a different effect, so I'm all about learning and putting different things into use. So thank you so much for watching my tutorial. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to creating more for you. Have a good night.